Welcome back to the channel. I'm Colin. This is my Renewable Life, a place where you can learn how to live a more sustainable life, or following my journey of doing so. And today we're going to be doing a really cool seedling mix. So as you can see, I think I'm in the past video, if you haven't watched it, you can link up here. I'm busy growing a bunch of seedlings, seeing if I can get them through winter, even some ready for spring and summer. But basically, the last video I did with my heated germinated tray, I used rock wool cubes. So not everyone has access to rock wool cubes, not everyone can find them. They really are useful, especially if you're doing hydroponics, anything like that, but also great just for seedlings. But today I'm going to do a really nice little custom, or simple seedling mix. Now, using potting soil, anything like that for seedlings, it will still work, but sometimes it just is not optimal for seedlings. So adding a couple different things to it can give it a bit more air, keeps it a bit looser, makes root growth a lot easier. So I'm going to show you just a simple one I'm doing to plant the other half of a germination tray that I did in the last video, well, the germination tray I set up. So really simple. It's the recipe is a third of 3 different ingredients. Yes, fig. So 3 different parts. First thing is perlite. Perlite basically is a very soft, aerated growing material. It comes from, I think, volcanic glass, and the volcanic glass holds a lot of water, so when they heat it up, obviously when they refine it, they heat it up, it almost pops, so it's very light, it's aerated, and what that does for the soil is that it holds a lot more air, it's a little more loose, root growth can obviously work a lot better. But really cool to make sure we have a lot of additional air and nice loose soil for the roots. The second thing I'm putting into it is what is called Coco Peat or Coco core. I think core. Basically, it's the husks of coconut, and they obviously, it's a nice thing. It's a renewable material. They obviously use it's the cuts, the leftovers from any coconut or coconut production. And then what they do with that is they compress it into a really, see here, basically buy them in these hard compressed bricks, really hard, almost have to cut pieces off, and you take that, you soak it in water. I soaked mine for about, I think about a week or so, and then I just dried it out. But so really to soak that, it looks basically like that, and what that does is holds on to additional moisture, also a bit of organic material in there, but holds onto more moisture. So with the perlite, with that, it's got obviously a good combination of moisture and air. And the third thing we're going to add is just a third of standard compost. This is shop bought, just to add additional organic material in it. And that'll be the 3 parts. So I'm going to take you through that. I'm going to plant up some seeds quickly, and then we're going to go chuck it into the germination tray. So I'm mixing the seedling mix in this. I'm not making a huge amount. I'm just filling the last tray for the germinator. So I'm just doing that, and I've basically just measured out the same amount of each ingredient. So it's just going to be 1/3 Coco Peat, 1/3 perlite. Just be very careful when you're dealing with perlite because it's so fine. You definitely don't want to inhale any of those, any of the dust or anything. So just be very careful. Just give it a slight mix. There we go. And now I'm just gonna throw the ball first, and then I'm just going to measure out the equal amounts of compost. Nice bit of organic material. As I said, this is just a bought, but I have started a compost heap this year, so hopefully I'll have some nice additional homemade compost. And then I'm just going to measure, pour that in, Give that a really good mix. It's going to give us a really nice, simple seedling mix. A lot of the videos I've watched where these guys have made it, they've added additional stuff to give the roots a bit of a boost. So I did find this just at one of our local chains here called Leroy Merlin, is this phosphate fertilizer, which is meant for roots and seedlings, and that helps it just root better. So I'm just going to give it not too much, just a light mix in here, so at least when the roots start, there's some additional nutrients in there for you for that. And now we're going to give it a good water just to soak it through. Okay, one little soak. Okay, so I've mixed that in. Give it a bit more moisture. So at least when it gets going and just starts, I still don't think it's wet enough. It needs to, because you want to make sure that Coco Peat keeps that moisture. So yeah, so now I've got it nice, quite moist. Just remember, if you are, with that the Coco Peat absorbs a lot of water, so you might need to put quite a bit in until this is quite nice and wet and damp. Cool. So now that we've done that, we're going to put into our trays. I brought 2 along, and you'll see why now. Pack these guys in. Nice new first little homes for the plants. Okay, and then what I've brought along is this. I've see feel it in there, but just to give it a bit of a compress, not too much, but just to give it a little bit more press in there. So yeah, that's all ready for planting now. Nice and packed seedlings. This I'm just going to keep. Got some other stuff I want to grow next weekend. Go in and make just a bit of a hole for the seedlings. Screwdriver is quite easy to use. There we go. And I'll put the seeds in, cover it up. And what I'm going to be adding here, so the last time we planted was some baby spinach, 2 types of lettuce. I'm just going to be doing a bush like variant of basil. Like I've got another one inside already. Then I'm going to put some red onions. Pretty keen to see how the red onions, how they do in a small seedling tray like this, but I think if we do it well enough we can move them. And then some wild basil. Planted everything, we planted the seeds, the tray's ready to go into the germination chamber or the heater. But yeah, thanks for joining. Hopefully the seedling mix helps you out for any seedling stuff you're doing now, or if you're in the North Hemisphere and it's into summer. So yeah, hit a like, hit a comment, tell us some tips or tricks, or tell if you liked the video. But yeah, definitely don't forget to subscribe. Also join our email newsletter in the description here. And then I'll also keep a video, a link to my previous video of us setting up the germination tray and the seedlings in rock wool. So if you also want to have a look at that, check it out. But yeah, we're going to go take this up to the germination tray. Yes, figs, very exciting. And then yeah, just give it a thing and you can have a quick look at it. Cool. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Cheers. Germination chamber sitting. You can see it's all misty and see all the moisture. Those are the cuttings we did, which are starting to root nicely. Basil bush, we cut them off. And this is our, just some onions that I'm growing at the moment. Moisture there. And when we take this off, you'll see nice. And we're just going to put these little guys in here. Get them in there.